I'm really keen to understand what you've done with the WorkBuzz data that you've had. So in terms of the surveys that you've run, can you share a change that you've made for your own deskless workforce off the back of employee surveys?
And actually, to build on Danny's point around visibility, that was one of our, because we're spread along 90 kilometres of track, and obviously we've got people remotely as well, so quite a challenging context, not everyone in one place. And we had visibility as an executive team around, we don't see you enough. And a small change was, rather than having board meetings in an office where I'm sat today, is we now rotate our board meetings around our sites, so that when we're out, we can go out, we combine that with site visit, chat to people in the site, invite them in for lunch, all that kind of stuff. So for us, I think that's been quite a good change, hopefully. And it's very difficult to get your arms around and get face to face in front of many thousands of people, but we do that. So try to increase the exec visibility. One useful data point as well, as regardless of what you think of HS2, we have a big legacy to deliver in terms of trying to change the face of construction. So we have a very strong ED&I strategy and plan to increase the number of women, people from ethnic minorities, and of course other underrepresented groups. And we found from our survey that actually our LGBTQ+ community are feeling the least engaged, which is interesting when you put it against the other underrepresented groups. So last year we've done a lot more in this space. We hope, we entered into Pride. We've been doing panel stuff. In fact, we had brought our supply chain in last week, and there's a few bits and pieces on LinkedIn around talking to people, both allies and people from the community, to talk about what it's like to work in construction and how we can try and make life more inclusive for them. So there's a number of things we've done, much like Danny says, but for me, those two kind of stand out. And then probably the last one is around learning and development, and trying to change perhaps people's views that it's always about going on a program or going on a training course or getting a kind of technical qualification, which of course is very common in construction. It's key to do many roles. You're not allowed to go to work without the right technical competencies, but try and shine a light on that actually on a project such as this, which is a world first in so many ways, is you're learning every day to try and bring to life that, as we know, 70% of the learning does happen on the job, but people appreciating that when you've done 2 or 3 years on a program like this, that you can go on to do other things back at your parent company or in the wider sector, with some fantastic skills and experience to take with you, and to try and get people to get a sense of that, rather than just saying, well, I've had these courses, but I'm not having any learning development. So for us, it's been trying to change a little bit of hearts and minds, but also some tangible things, as I said, around particular underrepresented groups, and holding ourselves to account as an executive team around being more visible.
Yeah, no, I love that. And I think the focus on D&I is only becoming stronger at this point. You've got, unlike anyone, did you say 56 different nationalities? That's a hugely challenging look across demographics as you start anyway, and then when you start building over different factors, it means that you've got lots of different groups to take into account and thoughts to be considered. So yeah, brilliant to hear some progress in that space, and that it is front of mind in the construction industry, where a lot of these groups have been underrepresented for a long time. So heartening, definitely, in terms of your progress. Sarah, what are the changes you've made off the back of your survey results and insight?
Gosh, well, there's been so many for us, and I think similar to Lucy, L&D has been really key for us as well. We had around 17 to 18% of our population not really sure what personal growth or progression looked like at Five Guys, and for us, we're a company that's growing very quickly. We're opening sometimes at 20 plus sites a year, and we have 70% of our managers have been grown internally. They would have joined us as crew or joined at more entry-level management positions, which is amazing. But that story we need to really share and to tell, and to really put it out there. And our head of L&D has done a phenomenal job with her team to really put together, what does the career path look like? What is open to you at Five Guys? You know, we have people that have joined, and quite often with hospitality, people think, oh, it's maybe just a summer job, or it will support me with your studies. But what we're truly trying to help our employees understand is that actually it can be a career. It can take you to so many different places as well. So that's been really key for us, talking about it, showcasing all of the different opportunities that are at Five Guys as well. And we've also been doing that for similar head office roles as well. So we were looking at our head office population, and around 30% have come from store, which is huge. And we want to keep those opportunities alive. So that's definitely been one. So we want people to know that Five Guys is there and you can really grow your career. The other one that came out for us, which is definitely an opportunity, is around well-being. So I think that's probably, you see lots out there on well-being, and certainly COVID has definitely thrust that forward as well. And you know, there's a huge amount of discussion, and for us, it's really starting to help us to define what is well-being, what is the responsibility as an employer, how can we really look after our people, but also make sure that everybody's clear on what that means as well. So we've done some work on showcasing our employee assistance program. We've also looked at giving our managers a practical toolkit to be able to help them if somebody needs something within their team. So we've done a wellbeing guide, which is just about to launch. The other thing that we also do at Five Guys is events. People love to run at Five Guys, or they love to connect with each other, and quite often there were lots of these different activities that happen naturally and organically, but it's just really bringing to the forefront, actually this is part of well-being as well. So yeah, we've had some really good insight from the survey, and the other piece of that as well is we've put it in our end of year reviews, so we can now reflect each site. Every manager that's done an action plan, that's looked at the results, can really reflect back on the year, keep that alive as well. So yeah, it's been really insightful for us.